go.
All right. This Fans View, it's Wednesday night.
Yeah.
We got a special guest in the house, but before we go there, I want to thank City Distilling, our proud sponsor of this show, but more importantly, Ed and Nikki, who own the establishment. So we wouldn't be here without any of them. We have a great Wednesday night once a month. So eat up, drink up. Chris George, welcome. You may have got the furthest award for coming the furthest. He's a stinking Rangers fan.
I was just going to say he's a Rangers fan, though.
All right, let's go kick his ass.
Bernie said it, so let's do it.
It did not take a whole lot to get him started. We're all good. Ryan Hannigan, you look upset. Is everything okay? I do not want to upset you.
Ryan Hannigan has purchased the dinner.
Ryan Hannigan, give it up. Give it up.
There you go. For those who don't know, it was Bernie and Jeannie were kind enough to have a dinner for 6 that was auctioned off for the charity as well. So it's gonna be good to go. It's happening here at Dagwood.
So what a way to kick it off for Ed Snyder Youth Hockey. We got $1,000 already in the kitty from Ryan and Gail Hannigan. Can I get a hand for them? All right, where are we at? I feel like the show's half over.
We're at Dagwood.
Hey,
Still,
he feels it's half over. I'm sitting next to him. I think it's over.
All right, so we got a lot going on tonight. The raffles are a big part of what we do around here. Go see Sue for your 2 free tickets. You can buy extras, buy as many as you like. All of the money goes back to Ed Snyder Youth Foundation tonight. So Jeannie's walking around. If you have any questions, I believe Bernie just launched his website, so you can talk to Jeannie about that as well. So with that all being said, here's another little trinket for tonight. Bernie, what do they call these in Canada? Biscuits?
They pop, monsieur.
Pop. I like to call them biscuits. Anyway, Bernie Perrant photo pucks are available. I have about 15 of them. They're $25 each.
I've already got one sold. You didn't even finish.
I didn't even
I've
get
already,
one.
you didn't finish your sentence and I got one sold.
Looks like we got 2 sold.
I got
So-
2, 3 sold. Did you have something else to say or was that it? 4.
This is fun. I like this. Jeannie, was this your idea?
We have what was it, 16 of them?
We got 16 of them, yes. So you guys can see Lauren. She'll take Venmo, PayPal, cash, whatever the case may be. But anyway, so let's get started. Our guest, Stanley Cup champion, Bernie Perrant. All right, let's do that one more time. 2-time Stanley Cup champion.
There you go. Come on now.
All right, here's my problem. Help me out, because we haven't had a goalie in the Flyers organization since you wore the pads. Can you help me out with that?
How would you like me to help you with that?
Can you still wear the pads?
Exactly.
Well, listen, one thing you learn in sports as a young kid, you learn that very quickly, that if you want to win in life, if you want to succeed, I should say, you have to be part of a good team. You know, you cannot succeed on your own. For an example, I'll use 2 players, Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky. there's no way they would have won the Stanley Cup on their own, you know, they had to be part of it. Although they were great, they had to be part of a great team, you know, so, you know, it's, you know, we're going through difficult times now, but we will come out and we'll get on top again.
All right, you heard it here. He's promising us another parade.
Oh, that would, you know, that would be good. You remember, anybody here remember Frank Rizzo?
Yep, there.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the question again. You remember Frank Rizzo?
Yeah.
Well, the second parade, I was sitting on the float, going through Broad Street. I'm sitting in the front row, right next to Frank Rizzo. And you had about 2 million people, and everybody's cheering, we're having fun, very grateful. And then I look at Frank once in a while, and Frank was looking up in the air all the time. I said, Frank, I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm looking for snipers. I said, Billy. I got up, I said, you're on your own, buddy.
That's a tough act to follow with Frank Snyder, with Frank Rizzo. He was a hell of a mayor. He was a hell of a police chief here in Philadelphia.
The best of the best, that's for sure.
Yes.
Johnny, what do you got?
Do we want to do some trivia?
You guys want some trivia?
Everybody hear me okay?
I'm going to exclude a couple people.
Is it the table you reserved?
Yes.
No, because they don't have a cheat sheet and they're not big hockey.
It's a study sheet.
All right, so Lauren has excluded the Fields family. I have excluded Brian Maloney.
Well, he knows everything about Bernie.
You're excluded because you're related to somebody.
His Wikipedia research isn't too well.
All right, fire away, Johnny.
All right, so we'll start with an easy one here. What was the
Let's keep in mind you have to raise your hand.
Yes,
And
yep.
to shout out the answer.
Exactly. What year did Bernie win his first Conn Smythe Trophy?
Can't hear you, John.
Okay?
You can't hear me?
Might as well.
Why is that?
Use mine.
There's a guy behind you that knew the answer. So,
Yeah, that's-
73, 74 is the answer.
That is correct. There you go. Yeah,
I knew that.
How about another?
how about another one? All right, so we will go with, what year did Bernie get inducted into the Flyers Hall of Fame?
You can only win once. You can answer, but you can only win once.
You got one in the back of the bar there. Looks like Ken, right?
You did?
I know that one.
Somebody in the back of the bar, their hand up?
Yep, to the left, Lauren.
Oh, it's old guy. 84.
No, it's not.
1984.
That is incorrect. It's the Flyers Hall of Fame, not the,
Ooh, little technicality there.
you gotta pay attention.
1979.
That is incorrect as well.
The Flyers Hall of Fame.
I even had you stumped when you were at Carl's the other day.
I didn't even know it was in that Hall of Fame.
1982.
Incorrect. That is incorrect as well. That was his last year playing.
Ranger man has a mouthful of food with his hand up.
Got everybody stumped,
It
huh?
was wrong.
All right.
Oh, was that his answer?
Yes.
82?
No, 79 was his answer. Somebody already said that, and it was wrong.
And he didn't believe it.
I know, this will probably be his last show.
There we go. We got the hand up in the back of the bar.
84.
84 is incorrect as well. All right. I got you stumped. It's 1988. 88.
I knew that.
I know you knew that. No, he didn't. I know that too.
Oh, God.
Was that the first year that was in existence?
That is the first year, yes. 88 was the first year.
Oh, a contributor. Thank you. Thank you.
Him and Bobby Clark.
You just threw that niblet out there?
No, because I thought it was kind of late for him to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, so it probably wasn't late, you know, it had to be late, because it's fun, look at the rest.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me.
You were number one for a reason.
That's exactly right. Number one for a reason.
That's right.
All right, where are we at, Johnny?
We do we have any questions from anybody out in the audience here?
Does anyone have any questions in the audience for Bernie tonight? If you do, feel free to just put your hand up. Oh, okay, we got one already.
Bernie, what would you say was the most challenging game?
Most challenging game.
Challenging game.
The most challenging game, all right? I would say the last games of the two Stanley Cups. The first one, we won 1-0 against Boston. Think about this, yeah? And, you know, they had Bobby Orr, Esposito, and all those guys. And we, you know, we won 1-0. And the other one was the following year when we won against Buffalo, and we won 2-0. Those were, yeah, and don't misunderstand me when I'm saying this. It's not just a goalie. You have to have an incredible team to be able to accomplish this, you know. And that's what we had. We had the wonderful. And you know what we had too, and I could tell here in this room today again, is we have the best fans in the world right here in the field.
Yes, we do.
Love it. Love your people. I know if your people don't like me here, but that's their problem. Well, I think I heard somebody's from New York, right? That's the Rangers.
Throw him out. Throw him out. Throw him out.
How about if we pick him up and kick his ass?
His buddy's backing away from him. His buddy's backing away, so he's
I hope they didn't drive together. Hey, look, it's all fun, right? The Rangers are playing well once again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're a good team this year. Yeah, good, good team.
So he's just nonchalant, yeah. All right, so we're talking Ed Snyder Youth Foundation. We're talking Ed Snyder. I believe it's 6 years since he passed. It just doesn't seem right in the organization without him. Does that make any sense? I mean, amongst your teammates, guys in the organization that are not playing today, but worked for the man back in the day, the loyalty there, I mean, how real is that?
Well, it's real. It's good. We, 1967, think about this now. 1967, Ed Snyder purchased the Flyers, okay, the hockey team. It's an expansion team for $2 million. $2 million. Think about this, and today, an operation like this would be what, $800 million or whatever. That's incredible.
$2 billion.
They were just
$2 billion.
What
Yeah.
were they just appraised at? What was the number, Brian? Do you know that? I mean, it's like right up there, top five.
Billion's peanuts compared to nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's incredible. But you know what he did? You know what Ed Snyder was good about socializing with his players, socializing with the people, the crowd in Philly. You know what? It was such a beautiful time to play in Philly for me anyway. When we won the championship, just incredible. And you know what? And having said that, there are things in life that you can't buy, money can't buy. And winning championship, you can't buy it. You have to earn it.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way. such a beautiful thing. And like I said, one more time, I'll say it. We have here in Philly the most beautiful fans in the world.
That's for sure.
Did you catch the Phillies game the other night? Alec Bohm didn't think so.
He did the next thing.
But by the way, I remember when I played, I'm going to share this with you guys here. When I played, I had bad games at the Spectrum, and we had 17,007. That was the crowd we had at the Spectrum. And I remember, we had some bad games, and people were throwing stuff at me on the ice.
I wasn't one of them. Oh, no, stop.
I recognize a few people here today.
Well, that Ranger table and his buddy John Jones. There's two right there. They were on the ice probably.
I thought they were Mets fans.
They were probably. Is that what you're saying? They were at the Mets game today?
I was buying a drink, so
All right. Sue Henderson, have I harassed your former coworkers enough?
we love it. We love it.
She's throwing up the white flag.
Did we give them the big hello? All right. Questions?
I got a question in the audience.
Got a question. There we go.
Hey, Bernie, first of all, it's always a pleasure being your presence during shows or signings and whatnot. But my question to you is, what is your opinion of the current state of the Flyers, most specifically with Carter Hart moving forward?
Next question, please. Well, the Hart, I like him. I have a quick little story to tell you about him. I was introduced to him 2 years ago, and at the golf tournament for the Flyers, and I had my beautiful wife next to me, and we're standing there, and Lou Nolan, as a matter of fact, introduced us. So the kid's about 6'1", 170 pounds, and great smile on his face. He looks at me and he goes, "Wow." I said, "My God, I made a big impression on him." He was looking at my wife. So that's how good he is. Yeah. You know what? It's easy to be critical right now because the way things are happening. And, as long as you learn from this, then you move on, get a much better year next year. And as far as the team, like I said, we have a lot of young players, and young players will make mistakes, and it showed this year, Doesn't mean they're not good, it's just that you're young, you make mistakes, just like goaltender. And Hart is the same way, but he's a good goalie. I like him. And the problem with the goalies today, think about this, they're always on their knees. There's a reason for this. Even Wayne Gretzky said, we don't see any goalies standing up anymore. And I'll tell you why, because the pads that they're wearing, all the goalies in National Hockey League are wearing the same pads. The pads they're wearing, they're so stiff that the thickness is not really that thick, but they're so stiff that they can't move their feet. That's why they drop on the ice when there's a shot, because if there's a shot stays on the ice, they won't be able to save it because they can't move their feet. So now when you drop to your feet, to your knees, the problem is you commit yourself. If the puck changes directions, then you have a problem. Because then you have to get up or you have to dive, and you see the goalies with their pads, the chest on the ice and the whole bit trying to recover. It's very, very difficult. So, I mean, they're all wearing the same pads, and I've been trying to find out why. I don't have the answer yet, but I will eventually. And but as far as the team is concerned, I think they have to rearrange a few things. The coaching staff, for an example. they fired, the one coach during the season. And obviously, it wasn't his fault because we're getting the same results now. So, it's time to finish the season, bite the bullet, and then regroup and look forward to the next season, bring the right people in, move forward, and make this a winning organization again.
You brought up a good point about coaches, and we seem to run through an awful lot of coaches. Is it time to, and I think, they've already started because Claude was traded, at the end of his career here in Philly. But is it time to really dive deep into the young players? I'll take the Rangers, for example. They blew things up, 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago? They blew it up, and, they rebuilt with young players. That seems to be the model. But we continue to bring players back at high prices, large contracts that we end up eating and put us in, a hole. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? I mean, we're sitting on a couple of 2-3 bad contracts right now.
Well, I wouldn't mind if it was mine. But of course, those are weaknesses, mistakes that have been made, and I'm sure there were, I'm not involved with the organization, so I don't know really. I can't share too much with you because I'm not there when the decisions are made. But definitely we have. I think you could. Look, the game has changed. It's a good skating game. The game has changed, so you have to be careful who you bring on the team because it's a skating team, and the game has changed, and the players have to change. Definitely, and I think they have a good potential. Maybe now that Giroux is gone. I believe a good leadership on the team is very important. When we won the Stanley Cups in Philly, in our days we had Bob Clark, and a fantastic leader, really made a big difference. Kept the team together, it was a beautiful thing. So I think that part is missing on this team right now, and but I'm sure they'll come around and figure that one out, and then build it from there and make it happen. Yes.
What advice would you give to an upcoming goaltender? Just starting out.
A goaltender? You're a goaltender? How old are you?
How old is he?
11.
11.
How about the big hand for this young kid? You want to sit here? Okay. Dad, right? Grandpa? Oh, you look good, man.
Somebody's got to pay for the hockey.
Hold on, you want to come over and take a picture? I'll let him hold this Stanley Cup ring. Who's taking our picture? Sorry. Oh, right there. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Look up, Jake's mouth, buddy.
Right here.
Go.
He's number one, so.
Number one. He's number one, too.
Here's your number one. There you go.
Hey, how about you get your grandfather to get you sign a big, a few $1 million deal? Hey, don't give him 20% this time. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah.
Thank you, Bruce.
Take care. Sure.
Players nowadays.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Good.
Lauren, take it away.
We have another question in the audience.
Hi, Bernie. I have a question for you, the coaching staff. Any chance we could bring Talkett back on the bench?
I'm looking at your eyes and you really want him back, don't you?
I do. Number 22, all day.
You
I
know,
think we'll bring Philly back. I think we'll bring some heart back.
well, you
What
know
do you,
what?
what do you think?
I,
You got steps upstairs. Tell me.
my opinion, I would like to have him back. You know, he's
I
great
think he
with
needs to
people.
come back. Can I get a hand for everybody?
Yes, of course, come on. He's good. He's a great hockey player, knows the game well. He's good with the public, great personality. You know, he would fit right in.
And Philly would love him, right?
Yeah, so,
He was dropping people back in the day, right?
I'm glad you brought that up.
I had
Good
season
stuff.
tickets back then. I'll never forget. One of my favorite hockey players. Him, Mellenby, Primo, all the Sutter brothers. I remember those days.
No, you're too young to remember that.
Yeah, my husband's family's from Dorchester, so we were talking about Bobby Wood.
There you
Can't
go.
pass him.
Yeah. There we go. Thank
What a
you.
pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
good day. Thanks.
I guess, to add my 2 cents, does Rick Tocchet want to come back?
I think so.
I mean, you know, he's got a sweet gig with TNT right now. You know, when they hit the studio, you know, they're making a lot of money, no pressure. I don't know. I mean, you walk into this firestorm here in Philadelphia. I don't know. It's a good question.
I think it'd be a great coaching staff, right?
Well, we're going to find out because I think we're cleaning house at the end of the year.
Let's see.
So we'll find out.
There you go.
Any, Lauren, anything else out there?
They'd like to know about Danny Briere and your thoughts on him.
Well,
Danny Briere. Bernie?
Danny Briere would help him. He's a Frenchman too. So.
Catching up.
But a GM or coach, you know, he's very knowledgeable, you know, about the league. He's been traveling, looking at different players. So it's very important in that situation to be aware, even you depend on your scouts to come back with some answers. It's good to have a, no, that's right, yeah. To be well informed also, it helps. To be a good kid. So hang in there, folks. We'll have some good seasons coming up. Yeah.
So they, just to take the Danny Briere conversation a little further, the Flyers organization blocked him from going to Montreal, right?
Maybe they have a.
So maybe there's a plan, you know.
Not gonna be that far away from the game, you know.
And he's very level-headed.
So, any other Flyers talk, especially from our Ranger fan? I mean, is how you seeing things? Who's he harassing?
Ranger fan has a question.
Oh boy.
First of all, I gotta feel like I gotta defend myself.
What place are you in?
Second place behind Carol.
Okay.
We lost last night.
Okay.
Listen, I think it's great to see you. Incredible. You're an amazing goaltender.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No. And I love this exchange. But here's my question, and it kind of goes along with the other gentleman's question when you talk about coaching. So when I think about the Rangers, right, we go from Mike Richter to Henrik Lundqvist to now Igor Shesterkin, right? And one of the that's 3 decades. 3 decades of goaltending, good goaltending. And the main constant is their goalie coach, Benoit Paulin. So, do you have a coach that you can talk about that influenced your game? And is that the difference the Flyers don't have? Like, when I saw Carter Hart, I said to Carl, you got your goalie finally. But is his development maybe not there because the coaching from a goaltending standpoint is not there?
Well, yeah, you brought up a good point. He, you know, first of all, he just turned 23. He's a young kid, okay? And there's a lot to learn from the game. And right now it's very difficult because, you only have like 8 games left, and, but still, I like him, but coaches, by the way, little story about my best friend for the Rangers, one of my best friends, by the way. Roger Bear was a tremendous fan. I was a good friend, and we just lost him. But Ed Jackaming in goal. And then, folks, you gotta listen to this. One game, we're in New York, and then a big brawl broke, okay? Everybody's on the ice fighting, and in the end, were the Rangers were. And finally, I'm skating towards the blue line, and then Eddie and I were very good friends. So he grabs me by the neck and said, Eddie, that's freaking great, let me know, right? And then, this is when Hatfield came up, took my mask and threw him in the stand. Never got my mask back. Think about this. And you know, beauty about this, I was playing for Toronto at the time. The next morning, somebody knocked the door. They opened the door, it was a father with his son. The little guy was about 12 years old. And he said, Mr. Perrin, I saw that you lost your mask last night. I'm a goaltender, you could use mine if you want.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that awesome? Yeah, right, that was awesome. But hey, you have a good team this year and go for it, okay?
Feel free to make a contribution to the Ed Snyder Youth Foundation. You're taking up a lot of time. There's a bucket over there. Drop a 20 in it.
Maybe a 50.
I don't get credit, I already put money in there.
Speaking of that, if you're just joining us, two free raffle tickets. Feel free to buy as many as you like for $1 a piece. We will draw all the items at 8 o'clock. Somebody's walking out of here with some pretty fine memorabilia items. So feel free.
And we only have 6 pups left, right?
That is correct.
Yep.
6 autographed pups, photo pups. So we still got that going on. Again, I want to thank Dagwood's Pub. I want to thank City Distilling. I want to thank Abramson and Dennenberg, Campus Close. We are 2 weeks out from being back in Delco for those that follow us. And I got 2 breaking news stories. So the first is 50-year anniversary. Lou Nolan is going to join us in Delco. Nice.
Yeah.
Big party that night.
I will hold our next guest until the end of the show. This is going to be a hard act to follow coming off of this one, but we're going to give it a whirl, Bernie. We're going to give it a try.
Yeah, why not?
I think, this is a completely different sport, but you know him from back in the 80s, so we'll share it with everybody, before we go off. But Lauren, anything out there?
Any questions from the audience? Oh, we got a guy in the back.
Bernie,
Yeah, it's me.
I know. When I last met you in 2013, you signed the Daily News. There was an article. You finally got your mask back. It was thrown in the Madison Square Garden stands when you won Toronto. Do you still have that mask? Did you keep it?
Now, here's the story about the mask. It's a neat story. This guy, 50 years later, was it, or 40, 45 years, whatever later. And, it's a long time ago. And he called me from Toronto and he said, I just bought your mask for $50,000 from the Hall of Fame, okay? So he said, I would like to come to Philly, and if you could, what's the word I'm looking, identify that it's your mask, I'll be very happy. So I said, well, it's going to cost you $5,000, okay? The guy said, all right. So he came to Philly, and we're sitting across the table like this. He has the mask in front of him. And I'm looking at the mask, and I'm not showing too many positive vibes, I could see him after $50,000, right? He's all sweaty, and finally I had to stop. I said, yeah, this is my mask. That was good. Everything worked out good. So That was awesome.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You can stay right there.
All right.
Nobody here-
Hang on.
Okay. Nobody here knows what's like to be a legend in Philadelphia. How does that feel? You are a legend in the Philadelphia sports world. How does that
Wow. It's a heck of a question, and thank you for being so kind. It cost me $20 for the national question. But it was.
No, really, you
But
are.
you know what? You're so kind, and I believe, in sports, especially like in Philly, where I played in Philly, you love people. It's important to love people. People love you back, and because you will make mistakes, and when people love you, they'll stick with you throughout those mistakes, And,
Absolutely, Bernie.
it's very, very important. And you know what? I asked the good old Lord to guide me, through my career. And he sent me to Philly. At first I said, why Philly? No, but I know. But you know what? It's everything. The people, the fans, the team, the organization, Ed Snyder, of course, my wife.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
We saved you.
Oh, hi, honey.
Yeah. Bernie, I stuck with you.
Yeah. So
Nice kick safe.
So anyway, so it's when you pull up, you put the whole thing together. Very, very grateful to be in that.
I'm very fortunate. And to be with Philadelphia, we're very fortunate to have you. You growing up as a kid, you could never imagine what your path was going. And for you to us. And we're happy for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bernie.
You know what? I just share one more thing with you. When in life you have to have a passion for something. Okay? And when people sometimes they'll say, what do you mean passion? And what I mean is everything, what is it that you really love the most? Okay, that becomes your passion. Criticism will come. When I was a kid, how many people told me I'll never make it, you're not good enough, you're not this. I refuse to listen to them and then move forward. Very important.
I got one more question. How was Fred Shiro as a person?
Well, I make sure I love Fred, and I want to share a little story about him, Fred Shiro. Okay.
How was he as a person?
Hold on. I'll tell you as a person, it was awesome. In 1974, when we won the Stanley Cup, I was fortunate to win the Player of the Year. Okay, and then I was very, very fortunate. So I went to New York to get the award, and guess what? They gave me a car. So I took the car. I called Fred Shiro and I said, Freddie, you did it for us. I said, I'm giving you the car. Okay? Which he was happy, the whole bit. 2 months later, he calls me back. He said, you owe me money. I said, what do you mean? The taxes on the car.
Yep. That's for sure.
Another question from
Thank
the
you for sharing
audience.
that story with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bernie, I know all goalies are very competitive. Who was the worst goalie you wanted to face for a game?
Well, there were a lot of good goalies. When I played, you had Tony Esposito, Ed Jacoming in New York. You had
Tony Esposito.
Tony Esposito, yeah, Ken Dryden, all those guys. They were a lot of good goalies, yeah. And which is good because if you want to win the game, you have to be better than he is that night. Which is very, very important. Yeah, but the bottom line, folks. The bottom line is never, never, never give up.
Exactly.
Some people here in this room, you may have vision to do something. You know what? I wrote the book, Risk and Fear. Think about this. If you don't take risk in life, you're going to live the same way the rest of your life. I don't want to do this. I want to try different things, and I want to take risks. You know what? And it's a beautiful thing. So you look at what you want to do, and you say, it's difficult, it might be difficult or whatever. Just go. And the universe will provide with the right people, the right situation to make it happen.
And do you look ahead on your schedule to see who you're gonna be facing, to, plan for that?
Oh, yeah, of course. You study their goalies and their study me also, and guess what? Good goalies like that, bring the best. They bring the best in you because you have to play well to beat them. The whole team has to play well. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
God bless you.
Ernie, to follow up with that gentleman's question with that we're fortunate to have you. Can you tell us a little bit about how you work here? Because that was an interesting story you told us before about you may not have been here, but sometimes you take a chance on yourself.
When you went away and then.
Oh, when I went away. Okay. The second year with the Flyers, I got traded to Toronto. All right. And little did I know I was going to spend 2 years in Toronto with Jacques Plante, the great goalie from Montreal. I watched him play all the time. I was 23, Plante was 41. I watched him play and I said, my Lord, I asked him, I said, can you teach me? And he did. And at the end of the second year in Toronto, this is when the World Hockey League came in. Think about this now. Talking about risk and fear. National Hockey League, Toronto has been in existence for 75 years. National Hockey League, 100 years. Okay? And now I had the decision to make to go to a different league, just starting, just beginning. And I said, I'll take the risk. And calculated risk. But if it doesn't work out, I'll come back to National Hockey League. But the rule is you have to go back to your original team, which was Toronto. And guess what happened? As soon as I came back to National Hockey League with Toronto, 2 weeks later, Toronto traded me back to the Phillies, and we won 2 Stanley Cups. So, here we go again. If I would have played it safe, I would have never played here in Philly. Think about that.
It's okay. You gotta take a risk, right?
We got another question from the audience.
Lauren, can you hold that for a minute? All right, here's the deal. We've already got a dinner for 6 here at Dagwood's. Gail and Ryan Hannigan were gracious enough. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Here we go. $200. I got a full-size Flyers mask. Bernie will sign it and put whatever you want on it. $200 to the first hand that goes up.
Right here, 200.
You say 200? The man is stepping right up.
Right up.
$200.
He got another
question too.
He does have another question.
Yeah.
And I got another question.
He does have another question.
Okay, that'll be $250.
Bernie, can you sign that for me?
Sure, of course. Of course I will.
Give the money to that lady right there.
Thank you very much. And you can ask him the question while you're right there. Thank you.
I need the mic.
Oh, yeah, with this
Oh,
one.
yours. There you go.
Pat, you're up to bat. Ask the question. That's my buddy Pat Jones. He wants to ask a question.
In your opinion, how good?
Hold on. Sign it. Put it there. Go fuck yourself, Pat. I'm asking you something. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. There you go.
Let it dry.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you and I golfed in a golf alley.
You're blocking the camera.
Years ago for a benefit for Holy Family College. You were helping strengthen and golfer. It'll be a fun time. But anyway, my question is, how
You're gonna
good
keep this clean,
was
right?
Kelly Lindbergh in your eyes, right? We all know Kelly, but like in your eyes, what do you think he?
I think the Flyers were the one that sent the cup with Billy Lindbergh. Yeah. Good kid, good goalie, good kid. And I remember, just quickly here, remember 1 year, it was his second year, I believe, he couldn't stop a balloon. Things weren't going well. So I went to the minors with him and spent 2 weeks riding buses and helping him, with the team. Then we're running back up. And the following year, Belly won the Vezina Trophy. And I was in Toronto, and I had the more than the pleasure, to present him the trophy that night.
Oh, wow.
It was across Canada, which was just a beautiful thing. And then that year, he had the accident, and we lost him. But it was a beautiful individual.
Yeah.
Great goalie.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you.
Bernie, I'm gonna give you 1,000. Thank you.
Well, feel free to give her another 800. It's going to Ed Snyder Youth Foundation, so.
Hey, by the way, if you
You are
want
my
to,
hero.
sell it, hurry up. The value is going down fast.
Well said, Bernie, well said. Thank you.
All right, we're winding down. I just want to make sure we take care of everybody on Facebook Live with any questions, in the room with any questions or comments. We know we got the legend for a little bit, so I'm sure somebody's got a question in the back room back there. Take care of Sam and your servers. Anybody back at the bar? Questions, comments, anything? You have another question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
When you were playing, when you first came into the league, you didn't wear a mask, right?
What, do I look that bad?
It was a pretzel mask.
COVID mask. Actually play without a mask, correct?
No,
How about in the minors?
no, I had one in Niagara Falls too.
Always wear a mask.
Yeah.
So you never. So how did you lose your?
Well, look at that face, man. Yeah.
How did you lose your teeth on teeth?
My wife, stop
You get hit with a puck or a stick or? I'm just curious.
A right hook.
The right hook. Yeah. A combination. Yeah.
I saw you carrying the cup, and
Oh yeah.
I was just curious. You got hit with a puck or?
In those days, that was the thing. Most players had the front teeth missing. That's when it was a game. Today, quickly.
Quick question.
Quickly, today you watch hockey, it's like watching basketball game. I mean, don't misunderstand me. I love basketball. I'm talking about the physical part. Basketball, you touch somebody, you get called. It's getting that way with hockey, and we have to change that. That's not the way we're supposed to be.
I got one question.
How about a couple more trivia? Couple more trivia. We gotta knock out some business. We got
Yes, we do.
sponsors to take care of. And
All right, so we all know that Bernie wore number
I
one.
like that. You like that?
What was Bernie's other number with the Flyers?
Okay, I saw a hand all the way in the back. Sam?
There you go, Sam. There you go.
Yay! Woohoo!
There you go.
too
That
easy,
seems like an
too
easy
easy,
one.
right, Jack?
That was what, yeah,
Too easy.
that was too easy. All right,
Too easy.
so,
Good, how are you?
Fine to see you again.
in what year did Bernie's number get retired by the Flyers?
Okay,
No, I don't.
82?
82,
That is incorrect.
88.
88, No,
that was the Hall of Fame. You're trying to cheat.
No, 84 is the Hall of Fame.
84?
Well, the Flyers Hall of Fame. Nope.
The memories.
Nope.
Unbelievable, Bernie.
Repeat the question, John?
What year was Bernie's number retired by the Flyers?
You son of a- Go ahead, Mike.
That is incorrect. No, it's not.
86?
Nope, too late.
Hey, 1885.
Come on now. Well, it was like the fourth line on Wikipedia. Come on.
I didn't look at this.
No, it was 1979. October 11th in 79. Yep.
Another one, Johnny.
We do have another one. How about, what was the year that Bernie won his second Vezina trophy?
Okay, Mike? 75.
That is correct.
All right.
That is correct.
I like when I know who they are. Then I don't have to walk all.
Then you don't have to walk too
Did they
far.
get the year? Did they get the year?
They did, they got the year.
What year was it?
Well, the retired number year was 79, October 11th, 79. And I think many people here will disagree with this number, but in 1998, the NHL came out with the top 100 players. What was Bernie ranked? Many people are going to
I'm
disagree with
assuming number
Are
one.
you, are you ready?
Number one's not right.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Don't hear me. Are we ready?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Come on.
Good. What was the question?
In 1998, the top NHL came out with the top 100 players.
Okay,
What were you ranked?
I believe it was 52.
63. That was wrong.
66.
What number?
63.
The number was right. I don't like it. It was 63.
63?
Yeah.
Hey, see that?
Should have been number one.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, you're in the top
You're in the top
100? That's pretty good, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, and one last one. What was the year that Bernie played in his first All-Star game?
Want that answer, Carl? No. 1970?
That is incorrect.
69, 70?
38.
What is it, John?
72.
70?
It's gotta be 73, 74.
74.
No?
So 71's not right either.
75.
72.
72 is not right.
I heard 76. on my
You're in the
way.
wrong decade.
84? 82.
Wrong decade. Wrong decade.
So the 70s and the 80s are the
70s and 80s are out.
70s and 80s are out.
69, 68.
68?
68 is out. 67 is not correct either. You're getting close. 69 is the correct answer.
That's the year I was born.
All right, we got an issue, John.
Uh-oh.
Because Brian's claiming he had the answer.
He's wrong.
Well, I got.
It was the first year he played. First year he played in the game. He wasn't a starter.
In St. Louis, it was the season 1969-70. He played in St. Louis in 1970. Played for the All-Star game. And Bobby Hull screwed him. He said you didn't see the shot, so it canceled.
Hey, Bobby Hull, a quick little story about him. Those people shoot the puck about 100 miles an hour, right? And Bobby Hull, okay? Bobby Hull would shoot at 120. He would come across the blue line, between the blue line and the circle, big shoulders. You know, he would wind up. I put my blocker here. I put my catching glove in front of my face and I say, Lord, let him score, please.
Don't hit me.
Don't hit me, yeah.
Golden Jet.
Yeah, the best.
All right,
Okay.
so I want to bring up, we've talked a lot about her tonight. Jeannie is her name. She's the wife of Bernie. What is it? Behind every great man is a better woman.
Got that right.
That's it. All the women here, and that's I didn't get no.
Come on, women, ladies, come on.
Come on.
Come on, ladies. We want to hear from you. We have something to present Carl, because Carl and his family have been unbelievable to Bernie and myself. So Carl, we'd like to present to you a Bernie Perrant pullover. You'll be the first here.
Look at that.
You
Look at
guys look like twins. You guys look like twins. And then we have something for Sue. Then we have something for
His lovely bride, Sue. Masked up since 1967. Of course, that's referring to the Flyers. Only the Lord saves more.
There we go.
And he may sign for you if you want that to happen. We can make that happen.
So let's talk a little bit about the website, the foundation. Where are you going?
You got to go deliver
She's
this.
on a mission.
Bernie definitely doesn't know the website.
Yeah. Gotta wait for Jeannie to
He
get
definitely
back.
doesn't know.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the foundation, the website that you're working on for Bernie.
Okay. Any of these items can be purchased on BerniePerrant.com. And Bernie is, as you all know, is an ambassador for Snyder Hockey. Yeah. So, and Carl, we were surprised. Carl was raising, not that we're surprised that Carl's doing something so generous, but we had no idea that he's raising money tonight for Snyder Hockey, which really is incredible because Snyder Hockey, Mr. Snyder has left an endowment that will match anything that you donate. So if he donates $1,000, they'll match it with another $1,000. So that's actually a $2,000 donation. So like Ryan over there donated $1,000 for dinner with Bernie and myself. So that's going to be a $2,000 donation, which is incredible. So thank you everybody
Very cool.
for everything. We really appreciate it. And here's Carl. Carl and his family have been absolutely incredible.
We don't owe you.
$20. I'm cheap.
I pay you.
You're supposed to ask me that question. Hey, first of all, I just want to say thanks for being here. You know, without you beautiful people here tonight, nothing's happening. Remember this, okay? So very, very grateful to have a beautiful crowd here. And I had fun. I hope you did. It was a beautiful time. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do, because I know we've got, a pretty aggressive crowd that wants to get some autographs. So I think basically what we should do is a table at a time, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Rather than storm the place, because it's only so big. And I know Bernie will sign autographs and take pictures. So we're gonna start.
I guess
over
we're
here.
starting at that
Yeah,
table.
we're gonna start at that table.
We're gonna start with this gentleman because he's a goalie.
I have that one. Lauren, he has your.
The blue rule.
Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight.
We'll get to
This
the next
one's
one. I
you.
got a black one.
Our guest for next month, I'm gonna throw it over to John, because John booked this one and he's pretty proud of it. And I'm proud too, so why don't you make that announcement?
All right. Well, first of all, before Ed here has the Ron Jaworski jersey up for raffle. So if you want to, he's got tickets for sale. Meet him up at the bar there. He will. It's right there next to the jersey, and you can purchase your tickets. And he's going to pull that one out, so you'll have a good chance of winning on that one. But to follow up with that, May 11th, we will be back here at Dagwoods. We are going to be going with Ron Jaworski will be here in person. So I know that's a childhood idol of Ed's, so hopefully he will enjoy that one as well. And so Bert, he will be here from so we will be able to talk a little bit of NFL draft after find out what happened with the Eagles after they make their draft plans. So that'll be fun. And then if you're not doing again anything on Monday after Easter here, the Dingus Day event will be going on from 11 to 11. So come on out. There's people already waiting in line to enjoy that event. So thanks everybody for coming out. We are going to end the show here now, and then we'll get started with the after party.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Ferrari.
Bernie, you're gonna stay where you're at. We're just gonna
Thank
take
you
a
so
picture.
much.
Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Got to end the show here. Okay.
No pictures?
1 second.
I'll take care of it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, nice picture. Okay, there we go.